Welcome back to the IBFP. Here's your host, Boxing New.
We got to keep the same energy with Canelo that we do with everybody else. And look, let's break it down honestly and objectively as possible. And Canelo Alvarez versus David Benavidez is a fight that the world wants to see. And I know me personally, I've always called for the fight. I've always wanted that fight. I believe Canelo wins that fight. So that's a fight that I've always been interested in. Now, there's going to be some people say, oh, IBFP, you didn't want the fight. That's a damn lie. I've always wanted this fight. I've always supported this fight happening. Now, I've never truly believed Canelo was ducking David or anybody else, to be honest with you, simply because when you look at Canelo's resume, Canelo Alvarez has fought the best. Canelo Alvarez has taken elite challenges time and time again. He's fought Floyd Mayweather, and when he fought Floyd Mayweather at only 23 years old, he fought him with the catchweight. So Canelo Alvarez was at a huge disadvantage and still had the nuts to go fight this guy. He fought guys like Bivol, elite, skilled guys, and yet guys that are better than David. So I can't believe that Canelo would duck a guy like David when he's taken on better fighters than David. He's fought the Triple Gs. He's fought the Sergey Kovalevs. He's won undisputed in 11 months. And David Benavidez has to also be held accountable. He's never unified, and he did not enforce his mandatory. Now, with all of that being said, where Canelo Alvarez is losing me is when, he gave an interview to the Ring magazine, and they asked him, hey, why do you believe a fight with David Benavidez hasn't happened and is still up in the air? And Canelo Alvarez said he doesn't respect the way that David Benavidez approached the situation. He states when somebody approach you like that and call you out like that, you don't need to give them money. Like I say, I can do whatever I want. I just don't like the way he approached taking the fight. And then at first, when I thought about this, I understood. I'm like, look, you can't be disrespectful to Canelo and then expect him to hand you a payday, dumbass. Canelo's just not going to do that for you. Then I thought about it. I'm like, wait a minute. Has anybody ever disrespected Canelo in this way and still got the Canelo Alvarez fight? Yes, Terrence Crawford. If you look, Terrence Crawford has come out and said, hey, Canelo Alvarez is ducking black fighters. Slandered this man's name for years, saying that Canelo Alvarez was ducking black fighters. Then Terrence Crawford came out and said, hey, Canelo Alvarez is a drug cheat. He said, what meat you eating? Saying that Canelo shouldn't even be at the top of the pound for pound ranking. So he slandered Canelo Alvarez yet again, just disrespectful comments. Terrence Crawford also said, Canelo don't have no skills. The only thing I need to worry about is his size and his power, but not his skills. Another slanderous statement about Canelo Alvarez. You see Terrence Crawford accuse Canelo Alvarez of making excuses and putting all these roadblocks between him and making the fight. So Canelo needs to make an excuse to not fight Terrence Crawford, a guy from 154? I mean, the guy is just trashing Canelo. And you know how Jose Benavidez Sr. trashed Canelo? Well, Bomac has done that to Canelo as well. Bomac said that Terrence Crawford would beat Canelo like they did Errol Spence, just throwing trash on his name. So both fighters have trashed Canelo Alvarez, but Canelo chose to give Terrence Crawford the payday, chose to give Terrence Crawford money. And what's more disgusting is it's not even just that one fight. He's literally made the entire year about nothing more than Terrence Crawford. You remember, Canelo Alvarez wasn't interested in fighting William Skull initially, but you're interested now because it makes a Terrence Crawford fight bigger. So you're willing to make the entire year all about Terrence Bud Crawford, a man who's called you a drug cheat, a man who said you don't deserve to be on the top of the pound for pound list, a man who slandered your name and said you were ducking all of these black fighters like Demetrius Andre and Jamal Charlo. You're letting this man talk crazy about you, say you don't have no skills. So I find that is not keeping the same energy, and I'm sorry. Canelo Alvarez accepted that, and that's disgusting, because at the end of the day, if you're keeping the same energy, Bud Crawford should not have gotten a fight. And Bud makes less sense than David because Bud is moving up all of these weight class in a fight that nobody asked for, that nobody wanted to see. Only fanboys asked for this fight. Only biased haters asked for this fight. But the world wanted to see you fight David. I'm sorry, but Canelo Alvarez, on this move, you move straight up like a coochie.